Keep talking about love. I heard about your disease. So, like I said, back to this. A spy who loved me. I've been to the edge. I stood and looked down. I lost a lot of friends there. I got no time to fuck around. So, this is important. When I have to get information from TASS, and that's where I'm getting information. United States state-run media. United States, speaking of Mike Lee running his big fucking mouth, called Trump Captain Moroni. But talk about bear false witness. I'll show you Old Testament. So, the Russian Peninsula, right next to Fukushima, Japan, eco-catastrophe. United States, it's a constitutional republic. Not anymore. Banana republic, even worse. I want to be monarchyism, it's neo-feudalism. Patriot Act killed the Constitution. That's an unarguable fucking fact. Mission accomplished. So, the eco-disaster in Russia, which is, when Kevin Blanch says it's one of the biggest in the history of the world, that's saying a lot. That acute collapse, when I see 8 of the giant, in one video, 8 of the giant octopus wash up. If you see one of those in your life, those are the most incredible creatures maybe on Earth. 8! You saw those videos. The first word out of the kid who videos, you don't have to speak Russian. Fukushima. This is how geographically illiterate people are. The peninsula is right next, it's on the Ring of Fire. Now stay with me. The most active place on the face of the Earth, volcanic. One erupted recently, reported by TASS, state-run media in the United States. I'll tell you how state-run media, how it is. You know, I forgot about the fixer, Cohen. Remember Cohen says, that's it. I'm going to blow the lid off the whole Manafort investigation, Flynn, all of them, nuclear cartel. So he called his buddy up, George Stephanopoulos. Says, I'll meet you. Okay, George, they live by each other in lower Manhattan, or upper Manhattan. He shows up. He's got his suit and tie ready for the big Good Morning America interview. George Stephanopoulos is in his freaking jogging shorts, whatever. He says, we're not interested in the truth. Give a fuck. So, TASS, when I get my information from TASS, what is that saying? I've been to the edge. So, stay with me. And you'll really think fucking Blanche has lost his mind now. All you deniers who are in Fukushima denial. One of the cores is burned through, there's no doubt in my mind. Delmar syndrome, I called it Argentina Delmar syndrome in the early days. Not China syndrome. You know, factually, I'm the first guy that reported China syndrome was happening at Fukushima, Japan. Look it up right here. While full of cancer. I'm the guy that reported all this first. Always. I call it Delmar Argentina syndrome, burned through. But the reality, this is very real. You know, I won't pronounce the peninsula. It's the Russian Peninsula syndrome. So, Greenpeace is over there, Greenpeace International, which the only time I've only rode in a car twice in Europe in my life. I won't get in the cars. I mean, I take the trains. You know, I don't like to be riding in a car with another person anyway. It scares me. I rarely do it. So, the head of Greenpeace, Europe, gave me a ride from Bath, Germany to Vienna. I was there for the screening of Nuclear Lies, which is a masterpiece with Prabad. On stage, this is in Bath, Germany. Or excuse me, Bath, Austria. Sorry, Austria. What the Austrians say, you know the problem with Germans, Germany is full of German. Oh, sorry. What the heck? I know that's taboo. Danke. So, they took me up on stage. They gave me some wine. They gave me a really gift pack. Standing ovation for Kevin Blanch. Here they spit at me. They squash me. They attack me. Because over there they understand this. You know, Frieda Mosenblauer was You have this conversation I'm having right now. By the way, Idaho State University has taken a group of students into Chernobyl. What? To kill them. You know that famous interview I did over Hitler's old palace, you know, when he declared Austria his, where the rainbow's over it? That kid takes people into Chernobyl. Me and him got in a fight about it, arguing about it. Don't do it. I'm not allowed. I can't go to Austria. I can't go to Chernobyl. Nobody can right now in the U.S. How did these guys get in? Think about it. He took them this year. You're taking college students to Chernobyl and teaching them how to use it. You better start using a Geiger counter right there where you're at Idaho State in Pocatello, Chief Pocatello, Idaho. New skill from hell. Tick-tock. That place is so fucking radioactive. So, this is for Andrew. The cores have burned through. So Greenpeace takes their thing, and I told you, I said it, mark my words. They ruled out, it's not fuel, it's not freaking oil, it's not any of that. They ruled it out. Something caused that. I told you, you won't hear a fucking word. It's like Fukushima, globally. Because the nuclear energy crime syndicate runs the world. Tsar Putin and his wannabe. By the way, the movie filmmaker Wes Anderson stole that from me. You know he stole that on Abby. He stole that in that fucker. He stole a lot of shit from me. A lot of people have. It's all right. Fucking karma's a motherfucker. His wannabe, Abby, dying of cancer right now. The IEA chair dying. Some causes. Greenpeace takes their samples. What's today? What's today? It's the 29th of October. We'll get right back to you. You don't think they have the results? Oh, they have the results. So you're talking right there where Fukushima's happened. Leslie Stahl, Lake Barrett, jump in the dry dead Lake Barrett, who I know personally. Mark, his maintenance guy in 2014. Lake, I have Kevin Blanch on the phone right here. That big fake sunflower, he made that in Lake Barrett's yard. Oh, hi, Kevin. I'm like, hi, Lake. Kevin Blanch says these are full blown out fucking meltdowns, burning into the fucking earth, and they're fucking everything all up. Well, Kevin Blanch is right. Kevin Blanch says this has never happened before. Kevin Blanch is right. Well, that's not what you said on TV, Lake. Had to tell him something. So, drain the fucking swamp, not the wetlands. Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. Well, this is like going to the moon fixing. Like, but way bigger than that. This has never happened before. Where are they? See those holes? Burrowed into the earth. See the Pacific Ocean? These cores are burrowed in, and it's so hot that they've sent a robot after robot, and they just plutonium. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered. It's only one way. They all got the golden handcuffs on? Apparently so. The nuclear energy crime syndicate runs the world. Ask him at the IAEA in Vienna. I caused such a stir there. Oh, the Blanch box. Couldn't get in this year. I'll be in DC soon. It's burrowed through. That's what did this. There's no... Look. Got down into the mantle. Got down there. Right there where those volcanic tunnels lie. Those volcanic aquifers lie. Those volcanic veins lie. Those are volcanic rivers. There's underground volcanic rivers right there. Like my grandson said yesterday. They really build nuclear reactors on the Ring of Fire. Yeah, Fukushima, Japan's on the Ring of Fire. Oh, I'm like, what do you think's going to happen? San Onofre? Why do you think I've worked so hard to shut down San Onofre? TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. Oh, there's a new professor comes out. My students, and we've identified, I did that work in the 90s, my PhD. Ongoing. The most dangerous nuclear reactors in the world. I ranked San Onofre 1, Diablo Canyon 2. I had Fukushima in my top 5. Indian Point, New York thing. Oh, this is the fault line. They don't even mention Diablo Canyon. Diablo Canyon is the most dangerous nuclear reactor on Earth right now. Besides Fukushima. I did lecture after lecture saying it was going to happen in Fukushima. Why? Because they had a partial freaking accident in 97, and it's on the Ring of Fire. Hello. Hello. So there's no doubt in my mind that that's what's happened. It's burnt through. That's what this is. Why else would Greenpeace not stop? So she gave me a ride home to Vienna, and we had a long conversation in the car. I'm like, no. Greenpeace in the United States are cowards. She couldn't understand it. How Greenpeace in Austria and Greenpeace Europe, because they're very different. Greenpeace, by the way, Global 2000. They're the shit, but they're funded by the government. You know, that's all Frieda Mausenblau who did that. The Austrians are fantastic. Global 2000 is the shit. But they're even getting. I said, you don't get it here. They kill us. She didn't understand. She couldn't wrap her mind around that Greenpeace did. Why aren't they telling you the numbers at Fukushima? You know, because Greenpeace over there, they do the work. Well, this is Greenpeace in Russia. They took samples. They put it. By the way, the best media I found. Think about it. The best media reporting on Fukushima or the Times of India. Oh yeah. How about the Siberian Times? Their work's great, but not a peep now since Tsar Putin got involved. Well, what about here? The Washington Post, New York Times, CBS, ABC, NBC, Reuters, BBC. The only person that's reporting anything on Fukushima is 60 Minutes. You know, and it took them 3,000 days. It took them over 3,000 days to tell you what Kevin Blanchard told you in 1 hour. I'm the only person on earth that was reporting these folks. And I'm telling you, this is the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. That's what's going on. And people are so geographic, they don't realize this is all the way to the east. The peninsula where this happens, right next to Fukushima. Right on the most active part of the Ring of Fire. The most active volcano. One of them just erupted. That's what this is. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no other explanation. Because they've already ruled out the fuels. You know, did a meteor hit? I mean, this is an outlier. Kevin Blanchard is an outlier versus the outright liars. You know, by the way, my salmon work, again, so the season's over. Came in at 540,000, 543,000. Well, you said 220,000. That's what I said. That's before they banned gill netting. How much does gill netting take out? Half. My number dead on again. So I doubled my projections to 200 or 440,000. That 543,000. Tim Martin says they're lying. I just got off the phone with a guide. He says they went out and he says he has the new best fish finder there is. This thing will show the scales on a fish. This thing will show an anchovy. He says for 4 days, not a fish is showing on the freaking fish finder. So they've gone from 2.3 million in projections. They had 1.4 million in 2016. They go to sea for 5 years. They're clear down to 220,000. I mean, they take out half the fish. They gill netted 1.4 million fish in 2016. So we go from 2.8 million returning salmon. We're clear down to less than 500. My numbers have been dead on every single fucking year. And it blows up your regression. Smokes out. That shows there's an outlier. What's an outlier? Good science don't say mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed. That's asymmetric science. In fact, that's criminal. My work proves it. My work's that historic. What's happened on the peninsula? There's no doubt in my mind. One of the cores, if not all three, have burned through right there. And they did it. They killed everything. The surfers are coming out saying we have burns in our eyes. Perfectly correlated with radiation poisoning. We're nausea. We're sick. And trust me, I know radiation poisoning. I've got 4 tattoos up me from the radiation. Fighting cancer. Stand tuned. I've been to the edge. I stood and looked down. I lost a lot of friends there. Got no time to fuck around. Keep talking about love, Lindsay Mills. Gonna have a baby. Having my baby. What a lovely way of saying. There's one of the professors I fight like crazy with. It's one of the scientists I fight like crazy with. Stand tuned.